New Orleans at Green Bay. That number right now is at oh, I'd say consensus is the Packers minus 1.5. So it's come down a little bit. It was at 2. The Saints team is so interesting. Like they've won 2 games. They were clearly better than the Panthers last night. Um, Jordan Love, meanwhile, is he for real? His passer rating 118, six
Crazy.
touchdowns, no interceptions, yards per attempt 7.5. Right. So I kind of feel like he's for real. But the same stat I just read about teams playing their first home game who are favored 14, 26, and 2 against the spread.
Yeah, and I actually think we might be able to get a good deal here on the Saints, just because I think that, most people watched that game. That was a gross game, that Saints Carolina game. And Derek Carr historically is not that great on the road. And we saw it kind of pop up in that game. There's sometimes he looked lost where he really shouldn't. Like Michael Thomas, Olave, these weapons he has at his disposal are so good. And the
Yeah.
Saints defense is so talented. I mean, that was a brutal, brutal backdoor, but one of the best backdoors you can get if you had Carolina. Like that's the dream scenario when you get the 3.5 and they get the touchdown and the 2 point after they did nothing for 56 minutes. That's why we play the numbers, Chad. So yeah, interesting to see how this number is going to go. Um, I initially wanted to get on Green Bay. I was like thinking to myself, if the Saints are 2-0, this is the kind of game here where if they go and win this game in Green Bay, I really gonna have to really like take more consideration about how good this Saints team is right now, because I still think they're the kind of team where, yeah, I picked them before the season to be the 1 seed. I didn't really believe it. Like I still have a lot of questions about Derek Carr, and I still feel the same after that Carolina game, Chad. So, yeah, in a really tough spot for this Saints team to go up to Green Bay and play in. But if it keeps creeping up, like if this gets to 2.5, we're gonna take that number. Like if this was at a pick, I'd be on Green Bay. But if it gets a 2.5, 3, I'll back the Saints and I'll take that defense. So I'm hoping the public money keeps coming in and maybe some pros come in and take Green Bay and we get the 2.5, because that'd be a really nice number to back with this Saints defense is just legit. Like they're really good in every facet. So as much praise I want to give Jordan Love, we also talked about it where it's like a lot of it's with the coach giving him the easy reads and the easy pass. And there's some other stuff where Jordan Love looks like a first year starter. Like this guy is going to have a lot of ugly plays coming up. And that's just how it is in the NFL. Like you learn from your mistakes. He's got a lot of mistakes coming. And this is one of these games. Yeah, you get fat off playing the Bears defense, get fat off playing Atlanta indoors. Now you're playing the Saints defense, which I think most people are going to have them rated as a top 8, top 7 defense. So I'm going to learn a lot about Jordan Love in this game for sure.
So let me give you the capital J other side of the story. Jordan Love, 55% completion rate. Jordan Love playing against a defensive backfield that looks like a bunch of high schoolers in the Chicago Bears, playing indoors, like you said. Week 1 and 2 favorites, short favorites, field goal or less. Okay, according to Evan Abrams. In September, the past 20 years, 102, 125, and 2 against the spread. They especially don't perform well in the first 3 weeks. 92, 112, and 2 the last 20 years. 39 and 65 since 2015. So that's the Packers. That's the Chargers. 2 teams we've already talked about. More and more, I feel like the Saints are one of those teams we're going to want to play because they will be undervalued, at least this week. And the money and the bets coming in right now in the Packers, so I would expect this number to move.
That'd be great. Yeah, I would love to be able to get 2.5 on this in the contest.
But will we play it right now at +2? Forget about the contest.
Betting wise, you could, but I would honestly wait because I just see it. I could see it keep going up, but that is a risk. Like Chad just said, the pros could come in on it. It could go back down to 1.5. But I hate pushes. So like Yeah, I'll put a little on the 2 here, but I want the 2.5 for the 3.
What if it goes to 1.5?
Sucks, but again, that's just when you make it a teaser play. You Wong tease it up to 7.5, and you're sitting on a great number.